buds, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan if you're new here, and if you're returning for another video, thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we are on our last week of our 5-week self-care challenge. And if you're new here, this challenge was a fun little new thing that I did with like 5 to 7 maybe minute videos, just kind of going over some self-care tips and tricks to help you with a much clearer mental and just kind of some habits and challenges that I challenge people to do every single week to get on top of that mental health. So far, we have talked about the importance of making your bed every single morning, making sure your room is clean, getting daily exercise, getting off of social media. And last week, we talked about making time for yourself and how important these things were. So if you haven't gotten to check out any of these videos, make sure you go back and check out every single week's challenge. And I, of course, challenge you to also make sure you're doing those tips and tricks as well. This week, we're going to talk about the importance of making time for people who value you and love you. And last week, we talked about, as I mentioned, the importance of spending time with yourself. And that is very, very important. You still want to make sure that you're doing that. But it's also important to make sure that you surround yourself with people who are positive and happy and loving towards you and who value you just as much as you should love and value yourself. So this isn't me telling you that you need to go hang out with a friend every single day this week. However, this is me telling you to make room for people to have conversations, to text, to talk on social media. If you want to go see them, do breakfast, do lunch, do dinner, whatever the case is, make room and make time for people in your life who have shown you over and over again that they value and love you. If you isolate yourself so much, especially when you're going through something mentally, or if you're going through an issue or trauma or pain or anything in your life, it can be extremely depressing and cause the issue to be bigger and a lot more harmful than it would be versus if you go through situations with other people, if you talk to other people about it, or even if you're not going to talk about it and go through that situation with other people, if you are just surrounded by people who love you and who make you feel loved and who make you feel comforted and who make you feel okay, regardless of what else is going on in the world around you. So I strongly encourage you to make time for somebody that means a lot to you and who you know loves and values you the same. I encourage you to have that conversation. Just call somebody, send a text, whatever the case may be. That is my challenge for you this week, is to make sure that you make time for those people who love and care about you as well. Allow them to be that light and to be that happiness and the positivity that you may need in this moment. But also just to be able to feed those relationships, because I think a lot of the time we are very guilty of feeding romantic relationships, and we give a lot of our time and our effort and all that, extra energy into our romantic relationships, but we fail to do the same for our friendships, for our relationships with our family, for other people who also make us feel loved and valued. So it's really important that you send that message, you have that phone call, you go visit for coffee, whatever the case may be, so you can feed that healthy relationship and that good relationship with other people who also love and value you. So this week's challenge, this was a super short video just because I really wanted to wrap up this week's challenge with something quick and easy. And I feel like it's easier to talk to people. A lot of us are, we're good at that. We're right at the fingertips with the phone or with the computer, whatever the case may be. So it is really easy to kind of contact people. And I really wanted this last challenge to be something that's a little bit more natural, maybe not as challenging as some of the other weeks have been. But it's also to serve as a reminder that it is super, super important to make sure you make room, you make time, and you allow other people to give you that energy and the good things that come once you start those conversations, once you feed those friendships, once you give that energy to other people. So this week, I challenge you guys to make time and make it a purposeful thing that you do to contact people who you know love and value you, who you know care about you and your well-being, and watch how it can clear up your mental health. Again, even if you're not going through something, it's just good to have that bond and to have that relationship building even stronger. That way in the future, you guys have an even more solid friendship and something that is more solidified. I know right now in quarantine, it's really easy to just want to kind of get under those covers and cuddle up and not really talk to anybody. And especially if you are going through something, again, it's easier to have that coffee and that comfort of being alone in your bed, but you're not really healing. You're not really fixing that because you're not allowing people to give you the love that you cannot give yourself right now because of this pain. So I really, really hope that you guys do this. I really, really hope that you guys found these things to be challenging. With the exception of this one, I know it may not be as challenging, but I hope that over the last 5 weeks, you guys have learned some sort of self-care tip that you will continue to do. these challenges weren't just do it for a week and then stop it. I really think that these are things that if you continuously do them week after week, month after month, year after year, I promise you your mental health is going to be so much clearer. And there are so many other things that you can do outside of the 5 things that we talked about during the 5 weeks. So I strongly encourage you to also look those up, maybe other YouTube videos, or just Google them for some additional tips and tricks and things that you can do to help clear your mind and get you to the best possible place that you can be. I also want to know how you guys do this week. Are you guys going to reach out to people? Is it something that's going to be different for you? Is it going to be challenging? Are you more of a loner who, you just kind of see your friends when you see them, or talk to your family when you talk to them? Or is it something that's more natural for you? Who are you going to reach out to? How many people do you think you'll reach out to? Regardless, I hope that you guys do this challenge and that you go strong with every other week that we've talked about. More than anything, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm so, so grateful for you. I hope you know that you are always so loved. You are always so appreciated. You are valued. You are heard. You are seen. I love you guys. I really hope that your mental health has gotten better over this span of time and that it continues to grow on this journey that we are in together. Have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you next time.